Hello, welcome to another video from Alberta Bushcrafter. Now this is going to be a fairly short video, but just something I've noticed over the past couple of years that I found interesting. I frequent a lot of sporting goods stores. Bushcraft and the outdoors is a hobby of mine, so instead of just being loyal to one store, I actually like to shop around. So I've been to, up here we have a store called Wholesale Sports. By the way, excellent store. There's also Cabela's. There's now two in Edmonton. I think we're the only location in the world that has two Cabela's stores for just a medium-sized city. And there's also a chain of stores up in Canada here called Canadian Tire. Great store. Especially when things are on sale. I tend to buy a lot of stuff there on sale versus regular price. That's where the topic of this video comes in though. Now, recently I picked up a Fiskars X7 hatchet. I really like this. It sharpens up really nicely, holds an edge fairly well, and as you may be able to see, it's had a bit of use. Now, one of the things I see in the sporting goods stores, there's a lot of Gerber products. Some are great, some are not so great. But I actually noticed it. I found out later that Fiskars owns Gerber. Now, Gerber makes some nice products as far as axes go. But what's interesting is you look at the Gerber products, the only difference between that and a Fiskars is Fiskars axes tend to have an orange handle or orange on them, where Gerbers are mostly just black and gray. That's the only difference. When you start looking at the prices, I did some comparisons. So like I said, this is just the X7 hatchet. It is about 30 bucks. I got this for 23. I compared the Gerber's, let's see, the Sport Axe 2 is exactly the same, and in many of the stores up here, it's 45. Remember, I'm dealing in Canadian dollars here. It will be different in the States. But that's a 50% difference in price. Since I paid 23, it's way more than that. That's quite significant. You get up to the Camp Axe, which is the Fiskars X11, there's about a $5 difference in favor of Fiskars again. In fact, I checked it out. I've got a list here. The splitting axe, Gerber doesn't make one. It's a big, huge axe. It's 65 bucks for the Fiskars. There's a smaller, that's the 36 inch. There's a 28.5 inch splitting axe. That's the Fiskars X25. No difference in price. And it goes on and on. Basically, you'll find a Gerber axe. It's about 5 to 10 bucks or more different, more expensive. As far as other Gerber axes, they have a few that Gerber makes that Fiskars doesn't, and I can see why. They have a basically the backpacks, which is a smaller axe. The handle's about like that. So, like so. I've tried it. I find it quite unbalanced. And they have a little survival axe as well. I wouldn't trust it. Gerber also makes a Gator Axe. It's got, in the hollow handle there's a saw blade. I've tried them. I don't think much of them. So this is my choice right here for the bush. And to show you a quick little demonstration of another reason why I like the Fiskars, not just the price, there's another reason I like the Fiskars better. And we're looking at it right here. I do not have a Gerber axe, but I have a Fiskars saw. It's identical to the Gerber sliding saw that I'll use for comparison. Gerbers are normally all black. There's a reason why I like a nice big blaze orange handle in the bush, and I'll demonstrate it right now. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate a very common situation that actually happens in the bush. And I call it find the Gerber saw in the grass. Actually, it's not as silly as it sounds. I've seen a lot of situations where people have brought their Gerber tools into the bush, and because they're black and gray, you drop it in really heavy scrub or duff or something like that, and you can't find it. So you can barely see it in the picture here. I'll just pull it up for you for a second. Now the new Gerber saws are actually not black. They're not black and gray. I've seen some of the newer ones that Gerber's making have come out with a different color scheme. So this is since I shot the original video, and they're actually green and black. But green, I think in this might be a little tough to see as well. You can still see, you could kind of overlook that saw. Now watch what happens. There's your Fiskars pruning saw. Whoops, and there's the hatchet. Move it over a bit for comparison. So you can see those show up a lot better. I'm actually going to pause for a second and show you something else. Now I have really laid it on here. This is not quite what you see in the bush, but it can actually get this bad where it's really thick cover. It's very difficult to see anything when you dropped it in a bed of needles or leaves or something. So can you actually see all three of them here? I bet you can see one, possibly two. Now even from where I'm standing, I can barely see the Gerber saw. Actually the new Gerber saw is black and orange, the Bear Grylls saw. So the Bear Grylls isn't like the other Gerber stuff, it has orange in it again. But here we go. So you can now see that. There's the Gerber, and you can actually still see the Fiskars hatchet as well. So that's the demonstration. And yeah, so there's the main reason I also like Fiskars, not just because they're cheaper, because they're actually easier to see. One last thing I wanted to note, I've actually made some lanyards for these. One's actually tied at the end and one is not. So I will be going through in a future video on how to make these. There's actually about 6 feet of paracord on this one and about 5 on this one. It's always handy in case you need it. So that'll be a future video. Well, that about wraps up this video. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. One little project I noticed that I might try in the future. This is my go-to axe. I'm keeping this now. It's just a hatchet. It's really nice. It's a good size, great balance. This is actually one I got from a relative that I'm going to try to improve. The head's still good, but I find the handles very unbalanced and a little thin for me. So hopefully in an upcoming video I'll clean this up and show you how to fix an old axe. But in the meantime, that wraps up this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm Dean, Alberta bushcrafter. Take care and good day.